A Chrysler vehicle and you have a gas cap error right where your odometer would be, chances are you have a bad leak detection pump. You can always change your gas cap and hopefully that will eliminate it, but more than likely it's the leak detection pump. Depending on the year, make, and model, it could be behind the filler neck or back by the driver's side by the muffler. Either way, it's easier to remove the rear wheel to change it. In this video, I'd show you how to change it no matter what the location. Now, if it's back by the muffler on the driver's side, I would still recommend you take the rear wheel off. It's a little easier to change, but you can skip towards the end of the video where I show you how to do that. And please enjoy the video. I'm going to show you how to change out the leak detection pump in this 2013 Chrysler 200. Now, that gas cap warning light that you have on your dash, it's going to usually be where the odometer is because it's detecting a leaky vapor, or you have a bad gas cap, or the leak detection pump is bad. You can start by replacing your gas cap. If that doesn't get rid of it, it's probably the leak detection pump. Depending on the year of the car, the leak detection pump will be right behind your filler cap, underneath the fender well, and I'll show you where that could be on certain years. If not, it's going to be a little more back towards the muffler like it is on this car. So I'm going to show you both ways how to get that changed. So on this particular year and model, the leak detection pump is back by the muffler. You're probably going to jack the car up a little bit so you get a little more clearance, and it's a little bit easier to change there. But I'm going to show you how to remove the tire and the inner fender well and show you where it would be on certain models if it's right behind your filler neck. This is a 2013 Chrysler 200. There's the muffler right there. So on the driver's side, you'll see the leak detection pump right there. So first thing we need to do, make sure the car is on a level surface. I highly recommend just putting a block between one of the front wheels. We're going to jack up the rear end and we're going to remove this rear tire that's right underneath the fuel door. And I recommend, unless you're outside where it's nice and bright, get one of these headlamps so you can see up inside behind this wheel well. So we'll get this rear tire removed next. So a quick way to remove these wheel lugs is get them loose with a breaker bar, and then if you have a drill or an impact driver, you can just spin off the lug nuts with that. We'll go ahead and do that for the rest and pull that wheel off. And now, just for a little bit of added safety, whenever I pull a wheel off, I try to slide it underneath the car, just in case a jack or a jack stand lets loose. It's going to be able to sit on top of that tire and not be able to crush your hand or your arm. Anytime you use a jack, I always recommend slide a little jack stand underneath the side as well, just for extra support. We can access this inner fender well. Now, there's some plastic push nuts we need to remove, also a couple screws. This is where the headlamp comes in handy, so you can see inside here. Now, depending on where you live, maybe this is going to be real dirty with some mud or dirt or kind of gravel dust. And some of these are going to be kind of hidden. So if you got a good headlamp, or you're going to be able to see where these are, you might have to wipe away a little bit of dirt or mud to get to them. We're going to pop those out and get some access behind this well. Now, inside the wheel well, you'll see all these little plastic pop nuts. There's one there, there's one there. You'll see one right there. You just need to pop them out with like a flathead screwdriver and then pull them out the rest of the way. So if you take a look at this one right here, you just kind of get in behind it with a flathead screwdriver. And you'll kind of work its way out. You might have to get like a needle nose plier. As you see, as it's popped out a little bit, it's released right there when it's out. Once you have it popped out, you can grab it with a pair of pliers. Don't squeeze it real tight, but you just squeeze it enough to grip it and pull straight out. And that's what it looks like. And you'll do this to all of those. Now, once you get all the plastic pop rivets loose, there's going to be 3 7mm screws right along this fender on this side here. Go ahead and remove those as well. Now, I have seen in some other videos that guys remove about half of these screws and pop rivets, and then they pull this thing down and they kind of bend it. I wouldn't do it that way, especially if it's cold outside. You're going to wind up cracking this. we're going to go ahead and remove this whole entire thing and do this the right way. So this is what the inner fender well looks like. It's just basically plastic. Now, like I said, it is better to do this when it's warm outside or in a warm garage because you don't want to risk cracking this. So the warmer, the better. It's a little more pliable, work its way out. Go ahead and just set this aside. If I bring the camera in here, I twist it around up here. And that part is basically about straight in line with your gas cap. At this point, if you're not already, you're going to want some safety glasses on because there's going to be a lot of dirt, dust, and debris falling to your eyes if you don't. Alright, so I'm just going to lower the camera in here so you can see where the leak detection pump is. Now, they're going to be different on different vehicles. Sometimes they're right behind the gas cap. And on this is a 2013 Chrysler 200. It is located right back here. It's kind of right above the muffler. You can see it right there. We're going to have to remove that rubber hose and disconnect that electrical wire. All right, I'm going to bring the camera in here again so you guys can see this. So right here is where the electrical wire was disconnected, and that's this one right here. You just push on this black tab to remove it. Pops right out right there. And this is the hose that you're going to remove from this nipple right here. All right, so now you can see the leak detection pump is removed. All you have to do is turn it counterclockwise. And if you look right here, this is where I've set it. You can see here's the front side. It's mounted like this. All you do is turn it to the left and pull straight out. Now here's the new leak detection pump. Just double check that it's exactly the same way as the old one. Make sure you got the exact right part before reinstalling this one. So if you'll notice on this old one, it's got an O-ring right there. Now before you install your new one, you're going to want to put the new O-ring in place first and then push on the pump and turn clockwise or to the right. So I've got the new pump put in place. I just need to connect the electrical connector and the rubber hose. One tip, you're going to put that in at a little bit of an angle, twist to the right. You're going to want to push in very hard because you need to compress that O-ring. Alright, so the new pump is completely installed. As you can see, I've got the hose back on and the electrical connector pushed back in place. Just remember when you push that hose on to support it back here with like a hand or a finger when you push the hose on because you don't want to bust this off. So you need a little support when you push the hose on. Now you can go ahead and reinstall your inner fender well. All you do is push in all your plastic pop rivets and put your 3 screws back in. It's time to put the wheel back on. And what kind of wheel you have will depend on your torque specs. Now most aluminum wheels for cars and trucks are generally 100 foot-pounds. Steel wheels are roughly 50 to 60 foot-pounds. So see what kind of wheel you have, check out your manufacturer's recommended torque specs, and torque your lug nuts appropriately. And once you've got your leak detection pump changed, you'll notice that your odometer will come back and the gas cap indicator light will be gone. Now congratulate yourself on a job well done. You've saved yourself a lot of time and money by not taking it to a dealership, and you learned a little bit about your car. If it's behind your filler neck, plan on just taking an hour or less to get it done. If it's back there by your exhaust, this only takes about 30 minutes. It's going to cost you around 40 bucks, and you're going to have that indicator light off and back on the road. Thanks for watching.